The morning date, and in the studio with us today is a DVM, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. Now in South Korea we have over 51 million people and about 10 million of them are happy owners of pets. So I'm sure we'll have a very informational talk with our guest today, veterinarian Kang Eun, or Anne. Welcome to the studio.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me today.
We're happy to have you here.
It's really nice to meet you. And my name is Kang Eun. English name is Anne. And I work for Itaewon Animal Hospital now.
Right. Today's your off day, I understand.
Yes.
Well, I was actually curious to know who was going to take care of the animals, and you said, no, today's my day off. All right, so could you briefly say hi to our listeners?
Hi.
Hi, listeners.
Hi, listeners. I'm really honored to be here to speak to you about my major and my job as well. And hopefully my information is really helpful for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, already I can feel the happy spirit filling this studio room right now. I'm so glad to be here with you. But let's talk about your job, how you got into the profession, and your passion for animals in general. So first of all, you're sort of fresh to the job, right? You graduated, I understand, just a few years ago. So how long have you been a vet?
A vet. I have a sort of complicated story to be at this point right now.
Okay.
Yes, and I went to pre-vet, which is like pre-veterinary medicine at the University of Arizona back in States. And I transferred to Korea, like veterinary medicine.
Yes.
So I studied there for 4 years and I graduated last year. So it's been only like 2 years to become a veterinarian. So yeah, I'm really new.
Well, you mentioned that you work for a hospital in Itaewon just a few minutes ago. Was there a specific reason that you chose this area of Seoul?
I chose to come to Itaewon all the way back in Jinju, where I originally came from, because I wanted to speak English more regularly here. And yeah, I do love my work at Itaewon Animal Hospital.
Yeah.
I love my co-workers, and we have really good working hours as well.
Do you talk to each other in English?
Not to our co-workers,
Okay.
but we have a lot of like clients.
People coming in. Yeah,
speak English only.
So let's go back. Why did you decide to become a vet?
Okay, since I was really young, I always wanted to be around around animals. So I got two options. So one is trainers of animals, and the second is veterinarian.
Okay.
My dad always wanted me to become a sort of a doctor. So we kind of compromised to be a veterinarian.
Perfect middle ground.
Yes.
I understand that your passion or your love for animals, has been with you since you were very, very young. And just before the song, or just before our segment there, while the sun was going out, I asked you what your favourite animal was, and you said you love tigers.
Yes.
Do you ever get tigers in your hospital?
Never.
Okay.
I have a miniature tiger at home.
And then at first I was very confused because you said, I actually have a mini tiger at home. And tell us more. It's not really a tiger, is it?
I'm sorry.
Is it really? It's actually a cat, right?
Yeah, it is actually a cat, but it's like a tiger.
It is, yeah. Technically speaking, they are the same family.
Yeah, my cat is super aggressive. I think my cat is more like tiger right now. Their behavior is really similar to tigers. They're like boxes, something like that. They groom themselves.
Oh, really? So now you have that one pet, is that right?
Only one pet right now.
Did you have a lot of pets when you were growing up in Jinju?
Back in Jinju, I lived in a farm.
Oh, wow.
So my family raised the chickens and dogs and like rabbits, and especially dogs, like big dogs.
Yeah.
Do you know Doberman, the black big one?
I think I might.
Yeah, and the collies. Yeah, I raised with that.
So you grew up surrounded by animals.
Yes.
So it was only natural, I guess, for you to want to be around them all the time. And, our writer also has a cat. Lots of cat lovers are listening to this show right now. Maybe tiger lovers are listening too, I don't know. But what's your cat's name?
My cat's name is Mochi.
Mochi, that's so cute.
Like Japanese rice cake.
Is it white?
It's all white cat.
All
like
right.
Turkish Angora cat, my cat lovers know.
Oh, so lovely. Well, how long does it take to become a veterinarian? You mentioned you were studying in the US first, and then you came to Korea and studied for 4 years. So is it, how many years do you have to study?
Generally, in Korea, it takes about 6 years in total.
Wow.
The first and second year, you study like same as the other majors, so study more about general educations, like taking up biology, chemistry, or like immunology. And then third and fourth year, you start learning about like basic veterinary medicine.
Wow.
Like
So
starting
it's in the third year.
Yeah, starting from like anatomy.
Oh.
It's really difficult. And biochemistry or like pharmacology like that.
보통 6년 정도가 걸리는군요. It sounds like it's very difficult to become a veterinarian.
Yes.
And one of the other real issues I think you might have is that when you're dealing with a human patient, at least they can tell you, where it hurts, how it hurts. But with animals, that communication barrier exists because they obviously don't speak the same language as us. So how do you go about that?
I want to tell you of like difficulties we have because of the language barrier we have.
Yeah.
And first of all, like animals cannot communicate with us. And like if you go to see a doctor, like human doctor, and you take x-rays just in case, the doctor will tell you, hold your breath up. Or stay still, something like that. But animals never understand what we are saying.
Sure.
Hey, stay, but they keep moving. And like, please hold your breathe a little bit, and they keep panting.
맞아요. 저도 생각해보면 엑스레이 찍을 때 숨 참으세요, 숨 들이쉬세요, 숨 내쉬세요 이런 거 이제 지시를 듣고 하는데 동물들은 그런 게 안 되네요. So what do you do?
We have to wait.
We just wait.
Yeah, we have to wait their breath in and we take a picture.
Oh, okay.
If they breathe too rapidly, in that case, it's really hard to get a point.
와, 딱 그 적절한 상태가 될 때까지 그냥 기다린다. Oh my goodness. You don't put them under general anesthesia, 뭐 전신 마취나 이러는 거는 아니죠.
Not really for like just taking x-rays, no.
Interesting. Well, we'll continue talking about your life as a vet after we listen to a song. 잠시 노래 듣고 와서 이야기 더 나누도록 하겠습니다. This is F.R. David with Words. You're listening to Morning Date, and we're very happy to be sitting down with Anne Kang. 강은 선생님, you're a doctor of veterinary medicine, and you work in Itaewon, as you said earlier on. You've been working there for about a year, almost 2 years now, and you chose that location, which is very far from your hometown of Jinju.
Yes.
But it was because you wanted to speak English and deal with, pets of people who also speak English, obviously. But talking about communication, just before the break there, we went over how it's difficult to communicate with animals. So you can't say, breathe in, breathe out.
Breathe out,
You just have to wait.
Wait.
자, 거기까지 아까 얘기를 나눠봤습니다. 자, 그럼 이번에는 마이크로치핑 얘기를 좀 해볼게요. Now, although I don't have a pet, we've talked about many stories on our show where lost pets have been found miles and miles away, sometimes years later, thanks to microchips. So first of all, what is a microchip?
Okay, microchip is a permanent method of identification, like by inserting a the size is like a grain of rice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, inserted just under the skin of your dog or cat. And if the pet owner records its like contact details on database against the pet's microchip number, and whenever it shouldn't be happen, but like if the pet get lost or wander, in that case, if somebody pick him up and bring it to us, and we can scan it with the microchip reader, and then we can contact to the owner through the database.
아하, 쌀 한 톨만한 그 마이크로칩을 이렇게 이식을 해가지고 그다음에 어떤 여러 가지 정보를 넣을 수 있다 설명해 주셨는데요. Is it for a specific animal, or can all animals have microchips?
We only do microchips for like pet animals because of that like purpose.
So dogs, cats, hamsters?
Hamsters is possible, but like hamsters already have a small body, but it is possible to do it on hamsters and also pet birds as well, like parrots.
Sure. Does it hurt though?
Let's say some people think that's microchipping is like surgery something, but it's not. Some thick needle is inserted into the skin, and we push the microchip in it.
I see.
But to be honest, once I got pricked by the needle, and it was just so painful and bled a lot. But on my own experience, I've seen like some puppies or kittens get like flinched or like yelped at the moment when the needle was in it. But the pain was short lasting, so they forget about what happened.
아, 다행이네요. 굵은 바늘을 통해서 이제 작은 마이크로칩을 주입을 한다 설명을 해주셨는데요. 쌀 한 알 정도의 크기니까 아주 작고, 그다음에 보통 이제 그 병원으로 오는 동물들이 잠깐 동안 뭐 이렇게 하는 그런 정도의 반응을 보이지 오랫동안 뭐 고통스러워하지는 않는 것 같다 설명을 해주셨어요. Do a lot of people come in to your hospital for microchipping?
Yes, of course. At my hospital, we have a special wellness program, like for clients who have done all the shots and like vaccines and preventives and microchip. We give special offers, and we give free services like nail clipping, paw trimming, and alien gland extraction. So most of our clients have done like microchipping, even for cats.
아하, 이제는 그냥 필수 어떤 코스처럼 여겨지는군요. Now, in Western countries, more and more people are also adopting pets. Is that a trend you're seeing here in Korea too?
Yes, I agree with that. But my opinion could be biased because I work at Itaewon, you know, like most of our visitors are from Western countries or even Koreans who are already exposed to like Western culture. So yeah, like most of them adopting dogs lately. But obviously I can tell it's trending now in Korea.
Yeah.
That I see like many celebrities are doing volunteer work for shelter dogs, and they do adopt dogs too. So I think they have a really good influence on public.
Yeah. And if, for example, if say I wanted to adopt a pet, would it be best for me to go to an animal hospital to ask about that?
Yes, I think animal hospital is the place where like people bring their newly adopted pets to. So we examine the like adopted dogs if they have any infectious disease like ear mite or something. So we kind of know which shelter is doing a good job or not. And if I give you a tip about a good like shelter, if you live nearby Yongsan area, there is a temporary adopting center opens every Saturday near Noksapyeong Station.
Is it out on the streets?
It's out on the street.
I have been
in that
neighborhood on a Saturday when that was happening.
Yeah, the yellow tent.
Yeah.
I am sure that they're doing really good job.
That's what it was. Interesting. Well, let's talk about etiquette. So pet etiquette. There's been lots of reports about, you know, the sound issues when you're living in an apartment where the house above you is, you know, stomping around and making a lot of sound. That could be, of course, a human thing. But with your pets, obviously a little less controllable, that can be an issue. So tell us about the basic etiquette that a pet owner should know about, and maybe focus on some particular animals.
Okay, particularly like dogs.
Dogs, yeah.
Like basic etiquettes must include like keeping your dog on a leash all the time or like scooping or disposing of poop at the public areas. But I think most people are doing a better job at keeping those etiquettes. But one thing that many people don't know about is they have to hold their pet in the elevator. Yeah, unless it's really humongously big.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because like elevator is really small and restricted area, so you can cause inconvenience to others, and it is really also safer for your pet too.
아, 그렇군요. 여러 가지 페트 에티켓이 있을 텐데요. 우리 줄여서 이제 패티켓이라 그러죠. 그 중에서 간혹 가다가 그 반려견을 키우시는 분들 중에 모르는 부분이 있는데 그것은 엘리베이터를 탔을 때 아주 큰 반려견이 아닌 이상은 안고 타야 된다. 아, 지금 듣고 계신 우리 청취자분들 패티켓 이거 꼭 기억해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다. Now, it's the job of the human to train their animal companions, and even though you're not a trainer, do people ask you about training at the hospital?
Yes, they do sometimes ask about how to train dogs. But I give simple tips like you can use traits of your favorite traits of your dog and like starting from teach them a sit down, like simple comments, and you can proceed teach them more comments like step by step. But we do not really help the owners to like train their dogs. Rather than like we educate the owners how to take care of their pets keep them healthy.
그렇죠. 아무래도 이제 vet, 동물병원이다 보니까 동물을 어떻게 하면 잘 훈련시킬 수 있는지를 가르친다기보다는 어떻게 하면 잘 뭐 위생이라든지 이런 부분에 있어서 관리를 하면 좋을지. So we're talking about washing them, clipping their nails, and brushing their teeth as well?
Yes, brushing teeth is really important.
How many times a day does the dog have to brush, or do you have to help your dog brush its teeth?
I recommend once a day.
Once a day, yeah, okay.
But it's really difficult, I know. So try as possible as you can, I always say.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're very good at loving our pets, but sometimes we're not so good at taking care of them. Now, what are some basic things that owners should do regularly?
There are a bunch of them, so I might just list them.
Sure.
Yeah, first, you have to provide a clean living environment for your pets with fresh water and quality diet available all the time.
Yeah.
And the second, you should have your pet examined by a veterinarian on regular basis.
How regular?
Like for young animals, once a year, and like senior animals, twice a year is recommended. And your veterinarian will tell you about like vaccine updates or what you need to do, how to keep them healthy. And third, you have to provide ample opportunities to exercise, like taking them out for a walk about like at least twice a day for 30 minutes each.
Wow.
And also playtime is really important to keep them like mentally and physically healthy.
Yeah.
And also dental care. Very, very, very important. Some people think that they can do scaling anytime if it's necessary, but scaling needs anesthesia and sedation. So without proper dental care, you have to do scaling every 6 months. So it's too horrible for your pets.
Wow.
And last but not least, never overlook grooming and nail clipping.
그렇습니다. 이제 여러 가지 방법들 정기적으로 우리가 어떻게 하면 우리 반려견들, 반려묘를 잘 건강 상태를 체크할 수 있는지 지금 팁을 주셨어요. What about getting your dog or your cat neutered or spayed? Do you think that's necessary?
Unless you have a plan to breed them, neutering and spaying is supposed to be the certain option.
I see.
Because there are much more pros than cons. Yeah, so like just say if you neuter a male pet, you can prevent like testicular cancer and like other prosthetic problems as well. And spaying a female animal, you can prevent uterine infection, which is really fatal in senior animal, and mammary gland tumor, which is malignant in about 50% of dogs and 90% of cats.
Wow. What's the Korean term for neuter? 중성화하다?
중성화하는.
Right. So that is necessary. Not only necessary, but as you said, there are many benefits. 이렇게 중성화하는 것이 좋은 점이 아주 많군요. Now, on social media, I see a lot of videos of pet dogs or cats with babies, and it's very cute, but I wonder, is it safe?
Yeah, most of pets are really tolerant of babies, but it is very important to be aware of the potential danger to your baby. Like animals are unpredictable, and babies make erratic movements. They can frighten your pet. So whenever they are in the same room, you should be present all the time.
지켜보고 있으면은 뭐 괜찮을 것 같습니다. 아무래도 이제 제일 중요한 거는 서로 놀라지 않는 게 좀 중요할 것 같아요. Okay, let's take another song break. 이번에는 조지 벤슨의 노래를 듣고 와서 이야기를 이어가도록 하겠습니다. Here's Nothing's Gonna Change My Love For You. We're back with Anne, a vet who's working at Itaewon Animal Hospital, and she's helping us with some basic questions regarding our animal companions. So, Anne, it's very cold these days and many people are dressing up their pets. Do dogs really need clothes or shoes even?
Shoes. Well, let's say about shoes. I've never seen a dog wearing shoes walking gracefully. Maybe you have seen on a video on the internet or something. It looks more like they are drunken people or like they look broken,
Do you think the dogs are uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
그렇군요.
Yes, it's not really necessary for dogs.
반려견에게 신발을 신기는 거는 좀 불필요한 것 같다. 그래서 graceful, 우아하게 걷기가 힘들 뿐만 아니라 어쨌든 불편하기도 하고 그 다음에 심지어는 약간 취했나? 이런 생각이 들 정도로 굉장히 걸음걸이가 이상해지기 때문에 신발은 좀 권장하진 않는다 이렇게 설명해 주셨는데요. What about clothes?
About clothes, it's not really necessary for every dog, but for dogs who have really short hair or like thin body type like Italian greyhounds, if you know, I think they need clothes to put on, especially this winter season, to keep themselves warm. Without clothes, they might catch a cold.
그렇군요. 때에 따라서는 이제 털이 만약에 굉장히 짧은 동물이면 옷 입는 것은 도움이 될 수 있다. Well, because it's cold, a lot of the people around me are catching the cold. How about animals? How do you know if your dog or your cat has a cold?
It's really similar to our symptoms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a runny nose or a stuffed up nose. Or they have a watery eyes. Or they can have sneezing or coughing.
인간의 감기 증세랑 굉장히 비슷하네요.
But if it gets really serious, they might lose their appetite as well or being really lethargic.
I see. Well, since the majority of pet owners here in Korea have dogs or cats, we've been focusing mostly on those animal companions. But with the holiday season, many people go on vacation, and that makes me wonder, what's the best way to take care of your pet when you're not with them physically, when you have to go away?
Well, there are several options you can choose, like pet boarding or hiring a pet sitter, or you can ask your friend to take care of them temporarily. But for dogs, I want to recommend pet boarding out of those options.
Is that like the pet hotels?
Pet hotel. And there are really good quality hotels lately, like 24-hour CCTV. You can see your dog connected to your phone. Yes.
휴가 중에도 스마트폰을 통해서 반려견이 이런 반려동물 호텔에서 지내게 되면은 어떻게 지내는지 실시간으로 확인할 수 있군요. 너무 좋을 것 같아요.
And yeah, they are having a playtime and also taking them out for a walk. But for cats, I have a different opinion.
Oh, okay.
Like cats are territorial animals, which means they get super stressed whenever they're out of their circle.
Really?
So going to the pet boarding or somewhere else could be really stressful for a cat. So it's better hiring a pet sitter or ask your friend to come over and just take care of your cat temporarily.
아하, 반려견과 반려묘가 좀 다르네요. 고양이 같은 경우에는 새로운 환경에 가면은 그 적응해야 되는 것 때문에 스트레스를 아주 많이 받을 수 있기 때문에 기왕이면은 이제 누군가가 와서 고양이를 돌볼 수 있도록 하는 게 더 좋겠다. What about if you want to travel with your pet? Do you know if we can fly on the plane with them?
Yes, of course you can. If you are plan to travel abroad, like you have to be ready in advance. Like some
dips, a few days, a few weeks?
No, some process takes about like 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah. The requirements about transporting a pet varies by country. So like if you are planning to go abroad with your pet, you have to contact your veterinarian first and make an appointment and consult with it. And he will tell you what you need to do and how long it will take.
그렇군요. 만약에 반려동물과 함께 여행을 하고 싶다라고 하면은 미리미리 준비를 하셔야 되는데 때에 따라서는 이게 뭐 한 6개월에서 뭐 8개월까지 걸릴 수도 있기 때문에 항공사와도 체크를 해야 되고 동물병원에 가서 여러 가지 확인을 해야 되는 부분들이 있다고 합니다. 미리미리 준비를 하시고요. And can you tell us on average how old do dogs and cats normally get?
Generally, the larger or the heavier dogs get, the more rapidly they age.
Oh, really?
So
the small dogs live longer?
Live longer. Like small dogs are similar to cats' age. So they live about 15 years or more on average. And for large breed dogs, they live about 13 years or. So let's say 1 human year is roughly equal to 6 or 7 years in a cat's age or a small breed dog's age. So for large breed dogs, it's about 8 to 9 years.
와우, 그렇군요. 이제 강아지 같은 경우에는 작은 반려견은 조금 더 오래 사는 편이고, 그다음에는 이제 아주 몸집이 큰 반려견들은 수명이 조금 더 짧은데 인간의 수명이랑 똑같지가 않기 때문에 곱하기 7을 하는 거죠.
네.
그러니까 뭐 만약에 걔가 10살이다. 그러면은 사실 이제 할머니 할아버지
Yes, about 70 years in human age.
70살에 해당되는 거군요. 알겠습니다. And tell us about, the whole process of when the animals pass. What do you do? What happens to your animal companion?
Like most of my clients choose to go to cremation center. Like there are plenty of cremation center available in Korea, and they have a really good quality, and they provide funeral services as well. So if you bring your deceased pet to that center, and they will give you a funeral service and cremate it, and they will tell you what you were going to do, like with the ashes.
Yeah. But what if you want to bury the animal? Can you do it anywhere?
Unfortunately, in Korean law, it's illegal to bury your dead pet's body or even on your own ground.
Oh, okay.
Because I know it sounds a little inhumane, but in Korean law, the dead body is considered as waste.
Oh.
So, like, if you bury a dog body on the ground, you are violating a law that's controlled by the Waste Management Act.
아, 그렇군요. 이제 묻고 싶을 경우에는 아무리 우리 집 마당이라 하더라도 묻는 것은 우리나라에서는 불법이라고 합니다. In the US and the UK, I think you can if it's your garden, your land, right? It's a little different here. 그럴 경우에는 이제 동물병원에 가서 어떻게 하면 좋을지 상의를 하고 그러고 나서 이제 보통 pet cremation center로 가는 경우들이 대부분이다 설명을 해주셨어요. You mentioned earlier on some of the difficulties about being a vet, not being able to communicate and things like that. But what's the best part about being a vet?
Definitely, as I mentioned earlier, my dream was to be around pets all the time.
Yeah.
And having animals around me all the time makes me happy really well. So when I'm even tired and I'm really depressed, seeing a little dog wagging tails at me gives me so much energy and makes me so happy.
I'm sure your happiness is also conveyed to the animal as well, because they can see and feel that too. Now, for people who want to get a pet, what are some things they should consider?
I first want to warn them it is not easy to raise a pet. You know, like they have to work hard to be a good pet owner, and the pets need constant care like babies. And you have to think about your life and your schedule and how much it will cost to raise them. Like also, and they age faster than us.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready for their death as well.
아, 그렇군요. 만약에 나도 반려동물을 좀 키우고 싶다. 지금 이런 생각하는 단계에 계신 분이라면은 일단은 쉽지만은 않을 것이다 라는 어떤 마음 준비를 하셔야 될 것 같습니다. 왜냐면은 아무래도 constant care, 계속해서 돌봐야 되고 그 다음에는 이제 1년 동안 한 우리로 치자면 7년의 세월을 사는 것이기 때문에 우리보다 훨씬 먼저 세상을 떠나겠죠. 그런 것에 대한 좀 대비, 비용도 많이 들고 시간도 많이 들 그런 좀 각오가 됐다 하시면 그러면은 키우면 되겠죠. Well, you know, I feel like I've fallen in love with animals just by talking to you, and I want to maybe consider raising one myself. But thank you so much, Anne. 강은 선생님, thank you so much for your time this morning.